some things that we go through, and hopefully will help provide some value for you going into Q4. Obviously start planning now. What strategy do you have in place? Because to get the most out of your Q4 is not to wait till Q4 to execute things or to figure out what you're doing. You want to plan it out so that you have everything and that things go as smoothly as possible, but you're also prepared for what's coming and you have some backup plans if you need to. So a few things that we look at whenever building a strategy and plan is what should you invest first and foremost for Q4 in the holiday season? What does that look like for your business? What are you planning on being able to invest in? What do you want to make? What are your goals from that? Then also, what do you have in place to do if something's not working, converting properly? Do you have a team in place that knows how to make changes really quickly, paying attention to the details every single day, especially if you're increasing your budget drastically in Q4, which you probably will because it is extremely competitive time of the year, if not the most competitive time of the year, but it also can be the most profitable for your business, which is why having a strategy in place is crucial. But what do you want to do? What's your plan B if something's not working the way it should? What do you go to? When do you go to that? What is your plan for that? If something's just not, the costs are too high online, do you know how to get those costs down? Or do you have a team in place that can make those changes because that's their level of expertise? Do you have that in place in order to manage that? And then what holidays are you promoting? So, very simple thing, but are you just going to go after Christmas and play that out for the whole Q4? Or are you looking at Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all of that? Knowing exactly what you're looking at going into Q4 and knowing what to do is extremely crucial. So make sure you take some time, think about these things, and strategize. Next thing, are you on multiple platforms? Do you have multiple channels? Are you retargeting through different social media platforms? Are you retargeting on YouTube, the Google Display Network? Are you on Google Shopping? Do you have an Amazon account, Etsy? Are you retargeting and also marketing on the likes of Facebook and Instagram and even Pinterest to that level? Do you have a messenger sequence in place? What multiple channels do you have? Because that's going to help with an increase in sales and conversions drastically. I forgot the number, but I think it's like 130% increase is what is shown. The data has shown in the past by being on multiple channels allows for your business to take advantage of and allows for you to see better results. And this is one of the most competitive times, but it's also one of the most profitable, like I've mentioned. So having the right strategies in place, but also being what I would like to refer as omnipresent, being everywhere, having multiple channels that you're staying in front of people, and then also where they can find you as well is extremely important. So if you don't have a good remarketing, retargeting, and good follow-up sequences, good nurture sequences, then you're not going to see the same level of success that you could if you're opening things up to multiple channels. Something I highly recommend, we highly recommend, and we do for our clients, obviously. Then, is your website set up to convert? You're going to be driving probably more traffic than you've ever driven to your website during Q4 every year, especially if you're ramping up your ad spend, but also, too, they're also going to be looking at everybody else's. So one hiccup in your conversion process and the user experience on your website, or if your product pages aren't set up correctly, your tracking's not set up correctly, your checkout, there's an issue there, or maybe the price point or the shipping isn't where it needs to be, then you are going to lose out on a lot of money. You're going to waste a lot of money. So you need to make sure that your website is completely set up. You've identified where all the bottlenecks are. You've really done a deep dive before you get to Q4 so that everybody you're driving to your site is getting the best experience. So you want to make sure the product pages are set up correctly. You want to make sure the checkout's smooth and easy to use. Branding is consistent across the site so people don't get confused. If they see an ad, they get to your website, they don't match up. People are more than likely going to bounce at that point and go somewhere else. And then tracking, reporting are properly set up. Make sure all this is in place to get the most out of your ad dollars. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're advertising, but people get to your website and it's just not easy to navigate, they can't find anything, it doesn't look like what they thought it was going to look like, and they don't even know, maybe if it's the same business or brand, it confuses them, it's going to affect your results drastically. The next thing, a lot of people miss abandoned cart sequences. Do you have an effective abandoned cart sequence in place to get back in front of your audience and website visitors? Retargeting or marketing is crucial across multiple channels, what I touched on before, but you also want to have great email sequences. You want to have SMS and messenger follow-ups for people who are abandoning carts. because that is going to be a lot of low-hanging fruit that you can get to come back and make a purchase. And a lot of people, a lot of businesses don't have an effective abandoned cart sequence and follow-up system in place. So make sure you put a lot of thought into that. Here's a little bit of a snapshot of some flows that we recommend. Welcome for people who sign up for the newsletter. Typically consists of a 5 to 7 email series. So that's a good flow to have, is a welcoming flow whenever it comes to your nurture and follow-up sequences. Abandoned cart for people who add to cart but don't purchase typically consists of 3 emails if you're looking for the email follow-ups. Customer win back email series for customers who haven't purchased in a while. So how do we get them back? How do we get them buying more again? And then cross sells and upsells, emails that go out promoting certain products based on past purchases, things that are complementary, things that they may need more of. Making sure you've got all these things in place, not just one of them. Make sure you have all of them planned out and created and ready to go whenever Q4 is here. Here's some examples of some flows that we've had for clients, either current or past, that you can see that we send out. A large part of our clients are on the platform Klaviyo, but there's a lot of great, email providers out there that will allow you to set up great follow-up sequences, great nurture sequences, great abandoned cart sequences with their platform. So these are all high-performing email sequences that go out or templates and creative. So we wanted to share just what some of those look like that we create for our clients that go out and also generate what we want them to generate, which is a lot more revenue, of course, in sales. So the next thing is, what upsells and cross sells do you have? Do you have the right things in place to increase your average order values? So that's part 2 of your website being set up to convert. Are you upselling? Are you cross selling? What does that look like? Do you have packages? Do you have post-purchase upsells? Do you have kits? Do you have subscription models, email sequences in place that are able to promote complementary items or items that they may need more of? And being able to have that in place not only while they're in the motion or in the act of purchasing for the first time, but all the way to thinking about how do we get the most from current clients or past clients as well, whenever it comes to other products and other services or programs that we're offering. How do we present that to not only cold audiences, but how do we present it to audiences that have bought before in order to make it something that they really want to act on? How are we going to present that so that they take advantage of it or have a sense of urgency on it as well? So thinking about all of this stuff is all different ways to continue increasing and scaling your revenues and getting the most out of Q4. Next thing, one thing people don't think about a lot, customer service. Are you set up to provide the best level of customer service, both on the website and off the website? This is key to having a great Q4 and beyond. So this could mean having a chat feature, a chat bot feature. If you're not able to be there 24/7, set up a chat bot in order to help answer frequently asked questions. Does your website, does your store have FAQs very visible on each product page where they can find that? Are they able to get their majority of their questions answered? Are you able to process orders at certain times, and are you able to deliver on that? Customer service is going to be huge, not just for Q4 because the competition is so great, but also moving forward and beyond, especially if you're advertising and marketing heavily during Q4. So big opportunity to get new customers, but you also want to keep them. So you want to make sure that your customer service is set up. So what's your plan for a lot of different areas whenever it comes to your customer service, and you can provide the best level of customer experience, the best experience for your clients. Then content, one of the most underrated things that people think about, as you would probably not think, but content. People do not plan out their content for Q4 and really in general, but what content should you have in place to probably promote your brand, offers, and products? You don't want to wait till Q4. You want to get all that created now. Do you have a team that is doing that for you? Like our team creates all the content. We help them our clients come up with promos and offers and all that, and create content around who their ideal audience is and who their customers are. But you want to go ahead, create the content now, so then all becomes is execution during Q4. You know exactly when things are going out, how they're going to be promoted, how they are going to be run from a campaign side of things, what type of results that you're looking to get from that content. You don't want to be waiting till the start of Q4 to create your content, because a lot of it's just not going to be the best use of your time. You want to get all that done now, months ahead or a month out, or however long you can make it happen before Q4 gets here. Just be thinking about creating the content. What type of content is around Christmas, Black Friday, all of that you want to be thinking about, which is all kind of comes in play. So that your strategy helps provide what type of content you want to put out there, but you have to put a focus on creating content, not waiting until Q4. A couple other things, like it says here, is your content relevant to your ideal audience? So thinking about who you're speaking to, is it getting results, competition? So you've got to be more creative. You got to put better content out there, because there is a higher level of competition during Q4 that we want to make sure we get you the best result.